a beautiful spring day like it is today, if I came out in the middle of the week, normally, near lunchtime, I would expect to hear the cries of children in our preschool here, or cries of the children in the playgrounds of one of the nearby schools. I'd expect to hear the whistles being blown by the teachers. I'd expect to hear the hum of traffic, of cars braking sharply even. I'd expect to hear people calling out to one another, of talking. And if I look out the front of my house, I'd expect to see people moving about, cars driving back and forth, lorries, vans, things being delivered. And yet I come out here today, near lunchtime, on this spring morning, and I can only hear birds. I can't hear any traffic. I can't hear any children. It's silent and it's very strange. I'm reminded of the story of the prophet Elijah in the Old Testament, who found himself in the silence at the mouth of a cave. Elijah had only just a few days before seen the wonderful might and glory of God. He had witnessed himself firsthand of God's great power. God had come and defeated the prophets of Baal, had left no doubt to all that were there that he was God, that he was sovereign. And Elijah must have had such enormous faith, having prayed and asked God to act. And yet, as a result of that, of Elijah's prayer and God's action, Elijah was in fear of his life only a short time after, as the queen decided she no longer wanted Elijah to be bringing a threat to her sovereignty. He ran away. He ran in utter fear into the wilderness, into the desert, and he found himself sheltered under a pathetic shrub. God spoke to him there and said, "Why are you here, Elijah?" And twice God asked him, and twice Elijah told God his story. "I am fearful for my life. They want to come and kill me. I am frightened and anxious. I just want to die." God listens to Elijah, and God says to him, "Go and stand at the mouth of the cave. The glory of God is going to pass by." And as he stands there, around him there is massive noise. There's earthquake and there's thunder. There is fire, and God's not there. Not until this happens. The silence. And God speaks to Elijah in that still, small voice. That's the voice of hope. That's the voice when God touches our inner lives, when everything else about us is in despair, when we are at the very end of who we are, when life has suddenly gone so strange that we don't hear our usual sounds. There is God. In the Psalms, there are so many places where we hear of God coming in those quiet moments. "Out of the depths I cry to you, O Lord. Lord, hear my voice. Let your ears be attentive to the voice of my supplications. If you, O Lord, should mark iniquities, Lord, who could stand? But there is forgiveness with you, so that you may be revered. I wait for the Lord. My soul waits, and in his word I hope. My soul waits for the Lord, more than those who watch for the morning, more than those who watch for the morning. O Israel, hope in the Lord."